It's your girl, High Priestess Unicorn. How's everybody feeling after the Christmas festivities? Still in Mercury retrograde. Is it the 11th it ends? I thought it was the first, but apparently it's the 11th. But hey, but yeah, gonna do a little here and there. But I just first want to say I'm glad to be back. Yo, let me tell you, this spiritual warfare is no joke. And obviously, I fully get that we've lived this in previous lifetimes, but in other lifetimes, unfortunately, I was taken out. And it's literally already been, it's already written, it's already been prophesied. It's been a battle, you know? But the main thing is, I'm protected and I'm safe. And I'm healing. Yeah. Because literally, like, once you think you've healed from some horrendous situations and conducts that have been, well, let's just be real, spiritual attacks, black magic, voodoo, witchcraft, binding spells, all that low vibrational demonic shit. It's taught me a lot. It has. Even seeing things from a higher perspective. But once I released it to the Most High, honestly, it was a lot easier. If that makes any sense. And as well as that, I was having a lot of negative energy thrown at me. Because being who I am, yeah, I had to learn how to protect my energy, you know, and transmute it. And it's not easy, you know, but once you learn a routine of it, it just goes over your head. Whereas before, it probably would have affected you, you know. And I also now understand I had to break a lot of generational ancestral curses. So I'm proud of myself for that, absolutely, absolutely. Because yeah, unfortunately, I do know a lot of my ancestors and a lot of my family members was taken out through dark arts. And that was purely because, like I said, the way I was ganged upon, this has been done lifetimes and lifetimes over, you know? Kind of the same thing that was kind of like done to Jesus, in a sense. That's kind of like what they were trying to do to me, burn me at the stake kind of thing. And giving people this misconception of me, which is totally the other end of the scale from my actual character. Yeah. So I trusted in God. Yeah. I mean, who else am I going to trust? You know, he's not lied to me yet. He gave me his word, I will always be protected, no harm will come to me. Yeah, he might have let me feel a little bit of the attacks, only in the sense of making me understand exactly what he's talking about, you know? And I appreciate, I really do. I'm super, super grateful. Super grateful. I don't think I could even put into words my gratitude. And I'm just glad I called judgment, you know? Because a lot of things was the kind of black magic that was put on me, like took away my memory, gave me amnesia, as well as the curses that I had to break: addiction, alcoholism, drug addiction, even prescription pain medication, you know, even just like the mindset, depression, anxiety, PTSD, panic attacks. Violet, she had complex PTSD, and that's a lot worse. So now I understand when I was having these episodes, it was just a blatant attack. That's how you get kept in that matrix system. And I've said this to so many people, but it's like either they're fully asleep or they're so far in the matrix, they're not even hearing a word that's been spoke. And that's fine, you know, each to their own, you know. But then when stuff goes left and things worsen, they'll be like, oh, you was right. And I'm not one of them people that are like, want to rub it in people's face, be like, oh, I told you, that's not my character, you know? Because I know the feeling of making bad choices and grave mistakes, do you know what I mean? Especially when I was given a heads up or I was warned about certain things. And then I chose not to listen, you know? When you've realised that wherever the information came from, it was right the whole time, just that feeling alone is not a nice feeling. So why am I going to add to that by trying to rub something? That's not me, you know? I've never been like that. I've always tried to, you know, suggest the best possible way forward that I know, you know? And it's up to whoever the individual is to implement it into their structured life or whatever the case may be, however it best fits for them, you know? Just like, what's my nan was saying? You can bring the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink. Now I nanny, God rest your soul. Now I understand the full meaning of that term. Yeah, come on, nan. I just think the minute she got a lot older and she was a lot weaker and more frailer, that's when the spiritual side that she was getting was actually affecting her. Like how they did it, that type of level of evenness, I can't even put into words. It's beyond hurtful, beyond hurtful. And then to come to the realization or to understand that that's what many of our divine ancestors had to endure. So I'm glad I was able to release them so they could go to the light. That in itself made me so proud, you know? Obviously I was proud like on this one for things I've had to overcome. But to hear your ancestors be celebrating you and telling you that they're proud, to me that's another level of victory, you know? I think I was smiling so much, my cheeks was aching. Literally, my cheeks was aching. It was like I had this permanent grin on my face. And then I share my light around in a sense of share the information, you know? But then you get the people that maybe my light was triggering things that was unhealed within them. And I get that because I've had to heal from, whew, it would literally be an encyclopedia book if I had to list down and write down all the things I've had to heal from my first childhood memories. And it was horrific, heinous, brutal, cold. Yeah. Treacherous. The list goes on and on and on. But the main point I'm trying to make is, and I'm super glad that God will still protect me, purely for the fact of it didn't change my heart. And that's what's got me here today, you know. And the countless offers I had from the devil and the Illuminati. And I turned it down, and it's like, it was kind of trying to be like, very like bullyish. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, which is by many, many hands, like you mean, say a community of people, organizations, gave me a lot of burdens, should I say. But I got through it. I got through it. I kept my faith. That's the most important thing, because in this day and age, it's so easy because of how society has programmed us to not have faith, or to let go of your faith, or to not believe. Don't do that, because the minute you do that, they can control everything within you, you know? You got to get out of that mindset. That's first and foremost, you know what I mean? I know it's not easy, take it from me, I understand that fully, because it is a battle. Especially if there's someone that you're a person that they really, really want. Ooh, they will fight tooth and nail. Like, yeah, I don't know. Oh, by the way, this, I know you can hear music. It's like every time I seem to do a live, my neighbor decides to start playing music. I don't mind, but I think he's gone and bought like a new wireless speaker, so it's quite loud. It don't bother me, because he's an older gentleman and he's never really done me any harm, so it's just, it's not like he, well, you might play it some weekends, but it's not like he's doing it every day, playing it all day. So it's fine. It's fine. As long as I can still be heard, that's what that matters, isn't it? But yeah, back to what I was saying. So I had to literally do a lot. And then you have to also let go of the energy of fear, because that will F you up differently. It will. So I was able to look into myself and see what my traumas was, to be able to work on it. Do you know what I mean? In order to overcome it, to then strengthen myself. Yeah. And the most important thing was remembering who God said I was. You know? Because it's not nice when people plant seeds. And it's like, no matter what way you turn, when you get acquainted with somebody, or get a rapport with somebody, then suddenly they just turn you out the blue, literally. That's what it felt like. And it's the way they was like so calculating and cruel with it, you know? I think that effect adds to you being put in like a low vibrational place. So I think the agenda is to keep people in that low, sunken feeling place. Well, not realizing you have all the power yourself within you. All you've got to do is change your mindset and raise your vibrations. So yeah. But at least now going forward, even though it was hard, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy, but I'm awakened to who I am. Absolutely. You know? And whatever gifts God has blessed anybody with, because everybody's not gonna be all the same, for everybody's gonna be different, you know? You've got to tap into it. But you've got to believe in yourself first in order to tap into it. And I understand that when you've been knocked down countless times, too many times you couldn't even count, because you've probably lost count, even trying to count. Do you know what I mean? And setbacks and burdens. That's why I said it's like a roller coaster, you know? But yeah, but I'm kind of glad. I'm glad for the experience. I'm grateful for the, definitely grateful for the outcome, definitely. And for all those involved to be held accountable. Yeah, I want them prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, point blank period. Because none of these individuals, should I say, targeted me because I've actually done them anything, because I haven't. That's the mad thing about it. This is why I was at first, in the first stage, it was hard for me to wrap my brain around, because in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, well, if I don't talk with people, why should people feel the need to attack me the way I'm being attacked? You know? And then I got to understand. And I was just like, it did, not gonna lie, it did knock me a bit. And I thought to myself, wow. And I'm kind of glad the way it played out, in fact, which is God's protection. Because in hindsight, had it been between certain time periods, even me getting arrested, that was all orchestrated. Yes. Do you know what I mean? I was deliberately set up multiple times. So now this makes you think back to all the other times where shit like this happened, when they tried to put false charges on me, tried to say I was crazy, tried to lock me up, to basically get me sent to jail, purely to cover their tracks and get away with what they've been doing. Yeah, even to know that people in positions of power and trust, they took an oath, man. So in that sense, they took an oath. They should really get the biggest punishment, purely because of the betrayal of what they've done to their own organization, you know, in certain places. But God bless them. That's all I can say. I really forgave the situation in order for me to be able to heal, for me to be able to share the experience. Because sometimes people look at what point, see, what's really crazy is when I do tell people just a little bit, they're literally like stunned, like they don't believe I've been through what I've been through. And I think so, but why would you think that? And the same thing everybody always says is, you don't look like someone that's been through what you're saying that you've been through. Now that's just bizarre. So it's not about me trying to wrap my brain as to why their brain is wired like that. No, that's a them problem, not a me problem. You know? Yeah, it's been an experience. For the better, should I say. It's been tough. But I'm kind of glad. And it's, when you can see what others don't see, to me, that's really beneficial. I believe that's very beneficial. You know? But all I can do is share the information. It's up to people as the individuals to adhere or not listen if they're so choose to in it, because like God said in it, free will. No one can force you. Do you know what I mean? But once you are awakened, you can't go back to sleep. And I know a lot of people, are probably even these comic family members, that have done the same thing, but yet they've chose to go a different route, and that's up to them. But I chose the path most less traveled. And that's the kind of person I am. I'm the kind of, that's exactly, I've always been like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm the kind of person that would say what everybody's thinking because everybody's too scared to say it. And I know what people want to say, so I'll just be the one to say it, blatantly. I can't help it, you know. And there was a time, obviously, where I was maybe a bit too much outspoken. You just go through seasons sometimes, isn't it? But yeah, for the most part, it's made me a lot stronger to take that. Because I've always been tough, you know. I've always been tough. But it's also taught me to appreciate my gifts, appreciate my intuition, listen to it, listen to that sixth sense, or if you get a foresighted vision, look into it. Do you know what I mean? Don't ignore it. Because although I've ignored things like that before in the past, I was in a totally different mind state, first of all. And then on the flip side of it, I believe I was always addicted to some form of substance, whether it be smoking, drinking, drugs, or alcohol. You know? Yeah, I vape, but that's about it. But yeah, and even that, it was mainly to just block it out, which I know now, obviously, wasn't the right way to go about it, you know? So now I face things head on, I don't let things fester. That's my aware of a problem. I can't help it purely because all this stuff is played out. So in that sense, I'm grateful, you know, very grateful. I say eternally grateful. Eternally grateful. And it's given me a closer bond with God and my ancestors. Definitely, you know. And a bigger respect for understanding what they had to endure just for me to be here, you know. And it's nice for them to look at me as, when you're saying about chosen one, like I can't believe it, but it's like the fact that out of all the family members, they picked me is an honor, literally an honor. But like I said, other family members would have got the calling. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they took the calling just to reap the rewards, and then they took the easy way out, which is a lot of people do. And I understand that too, but that's just not for me. That's not a fit for me, you know? And don't get twisted, you still get tested by God every step of the way. And I understand now why you get so many tests in the mix with all this madness, you know? For you to still be able to find common ground and be grounded, you know? And at peace. But I think anything I was to say that annoyed me the most, wasn't even as much the gang stalking or the derogative comments on social media or even the stalking, you know? It was the monitoring spirits. Yeah. I mean, like, even the other day, I think I had a plastic bag. I bought some croissants from Tesco's. And mind you, it's a Tesco plastic bag. It's like it deliberately got in that plastic bag somehow. I was determined on getting into my property because it stayed in that bag literally till I came home. When I opened the bag to take it out, this little effer, just like, ooh. And I think about it, because they're so small, oh my God, they're like little pests. By the time you turn around to find something, they just hide. That's the universal monitor to it, because normal flies don't hide. Do you understand? And then it's only when you're either trying to bath or eat food, they just come out of nowhere. I swear to you, they just come out of nowhere. I don't think it was Christmas, I think it was Boxing Day maybe. Like, and they just follow you everywhere. And I'm in the kitchen, I came back here and I sat down and I thought I squatted it somewhere, yeah? Or sprayed it with the polish. Something to mess up his wings so it can't fly. Yeah? That's what you gotta do. Yeah, make sure you squirt it with something like, I don't know, it could be like some water in a squirty bottle with washing liquid. Yeah, but something to like not make it be able to fly. That's why I used polish. That's got that little creaminess to it, so it just coated itself, so it just dropped to the floor, then you can find it. But yeah, I must have got something ready to eat, and I didn't see it anywhere for about a good half an hour. I kid you not. The minute I sat down, right, eating, it's only because I'm funny when it comes to food, because I've been poisoned quite a few times, you know. And sometimes I've seen things in the food that shouldn't be in the food. So with the shit that's going on with food nowadays, I always look. Usually I'm either watching something or some meetings, I'm not really actually looking at the plate. But for some reason, I literally have my eyes was on the plate. And all of a sudden, from under the plate, mine, the same fly that I thought I'd got rid of just strolled up on the edge of the plate. And this thing, like, imagine I'm literally with my knife and fork in this plate eating this food. And this cheeky bitch was just crawling around the edge of the plate. That's the plate, man. It's come up onto the plate and it starts walking around the edge of the plate, like. Yeah, and then it started to come in towards the plate like it was gonna come on the food. And I'm sat there and I think I know if I get up and move the plate to go and get something, it's gonna fly away again, but I wanted to catch it. So I thought I squatted with my finger, obviously I didn't. But because it'd been on the plate, I just think my OCD kicked in. I couldn't eat the food. It's like literally my throat just closed and I couldn't eat the food, so I had to bin it. Yeah, and then I couldn't eat after that. It put me off. It did. I'm not gonna lie to you, it put me off. So I think I didn't eat until maybe the next day. And then, like I said, because I didn't catch it. Somehow this little, I started to shut all my doors as well. Because these things are trained. I don't know what kind of remote control they got in their backs, but let me tell you, these things usually, when you see the normal little fruit flies, it's like they're like wispy, innit? They kind of like float. But this fly was like, yeah, it was flying around. Like it had batteries, Duracell batteries in it, yeah? Don't get it twisted. Do you know what I mean? So I'm in the kitchen, about to have some breakfast. And it's so funny because I literally made sure I strategically left things out in place just in case I call it in any part of my property, you know? So I had something to hammer. I wouldn't have to take my eye off of it to go and find something, because when you take it off and you turn back around, it's gone. And that was driving me nuts. So like I said, I had things strategically placed around the property. And this cheeky little bitch, I swear it's like on the side of the fridge door. And I went to open up the fridge. At the corner of my eye, I seen it. I thought, oh, really? So I'm looking at it. And right above the fridge, I had a tin of Mr. Sheen polish. Yo, let me tell you, I squirted that. Bleep, bleep. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I quickly grabbed some paper and just, you know, and then I had to wipe off the side of the fridge. So, yeah, literally, before I was able to open up certain windows, and it wouldn't just come in like that, but I've had to put fly nets on certain windows, just not in certain places, which like the kitchen. But now I think I might have to because I live right opposite bin. So yeah, when bin day comes, I make sure all my windows are shut. In fact, I keep them shut anyway, you know. So yeah, you need to make better ones. Because once you put it across your window, you don't have access to open up and shutting your windows. You literally have to peel up the net to get to. Do you know what I mean? They should have put something where there's like you know, something like with the door ones, the door net ones, where it's got like a magnetic thing. They should have one like that for your windows. Do you know what I mean? So you're able to freely open. Because when you got to keep pulling it off that sticky mesh thing, what do you think's gonna happen? After a while, that's gonna come loose, and that way they've got a way in. Do you know what I mean? Before you know it, the net's sagging. There's like a gap in the tape, where it's come off the frame. Do you know what I mean? So they blatantly got a way in. But I made it, y'all. I did it. 'Cause I'm free to do what I want any old time. 'Cause I'm free to do what I choose any old time. Because God loves me. God loves me. So I'm free. I don't know why I started singing for her. Can't go any higher because the windows might crack. Don't want that now, do we? No. Oh my gosh. Other than that, I tried some. Yeah, I've just been doing things I've never done, things I've always wanted to do. Yeah. And I've enjoyed it actually. Yeah. And also, I would suggest that you have like. Always forgive yourself though, because I notice going through something like this is so easy to beat yourself up. Don't do that. Forgive yourself. You know? That's what I've done. I just love myself even more. You know? I have like little treat me days. You know? Not very often because obviously you gotta work on a budget. That's fine. You just got to know how to circulate it. And be resourceful. That's the key in it. Resourceful. Yeah. So I'm good. Because all that was taken from me, I will get back. So that's not a problem. I'm looking forward to 2024. It's going to be a blast. A new year, a new me. Endless possibilities. And nothing but happiness. Love and happiness. That's key as well. Essential, I'd say. Oh. It's like you turn it up a bit. It sounds like a prayer song. Well, yes, that kind of sounds like it. Oh, bless you. I don't think you can hear very well, but that's probably why it's got up so loud. Yeah, probably, but hey ho. The joys of getting older, I suppose. But yeah. So as I was saying, self-care days also. And just go back to that daydreaming age when the world was your oyster, you know? And you had all these dreams and aspirations and ambitions. Well, I don't know if ambitions at that age would have been formed yet, but you get my drift. So yeah, that's where I lead from. But if you do the work and you stay committed, it pays off. It's just like when I started this channel, a lot of people was like, I don't know, making fun, laughing, like trying to discourage me. And then they would say, remind me like, oh, like, don't you see this person's got like hundreds of thousands and this. I ain't watching that. If I spend time watching things like that, I'm never gonna come up with any content to even put out there. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't. I just focused on what I was doing. Do you know what I mean? I just kept going. So you'll have to expect people to be non-supportive, and that's fine. But don't let it affect you. Don't let it affect you, 'cause that's what they want. You see, that's what they want. But don't give it to them. Even if you do feel like that, take a step back, you know, and ask yourself, what makes you feel like that? Is it the words of others, or is it something that's going on in your own mind, you know? And then work on it. Do you know what I mean? Whether you do affirmations, mantras, whatever the case may be, you've got to do what best fits you in it, you know? And yeah, and we can all be living our best life. Happy, fulfilled, contented, love, unconditionally. And you can also love out far. So yeah. And yeah, what was I thinking about as well? I keep seeing these adverts, yeah. And it's really weird because you see like how they've made these, they've been trying to clone people. Well, they have been, not trying to, they have. And because people's been able to tell, they're coming up with all these different little gadgets, these AI things for you to use. Don't use them. Don't use them. Okay, that's how they're able to know everything about your characteristics and able to, how can I say, make a better clone of you that people would actually believe, you know? And I'll delve a bit more into that another time, maybe. But yeah, I've kind of noticed it, and even the way they're advertising it as well, it's like, it's just like back to back to back to back to back. It's like, to me, it really, just what I'm picking up from it is like a distraction tactic. So while we're distracted with that, they've already done it in America. I've saw videos where they've already done it in America. But people didn't realize straight away. Why? Because whatever they had going on over there, obviously they was putting out something to keep people distracted. Do you understand? Because everything's, you think it's hidden, but it's not. That's why they use the term hidden in plain sight. And it's true. Yeah, there's a lot of things I have to talk about and bring to light and shed some light on. Because we all know that the system is losing its power. And also as well, I tell you what else is good as well. Very, very assisting, should I say, is like frequency waves. They are very, very helpful. Excuse me, because I used to listen to them, not frequency waves at first. I used to listen to, you need to have these little videos on these apps where you can listen to like thunder, rain, the waves. I used to like the sound of the waves. Because I used to have things like insomnia where I couldn't sleep. Now I know that shit was spell work. Yeah. So that helped, do you know what I mean? And after the boost that I went through, I think I was traumatized. So, and because I was getting attacked whilst I was sleeping, I think it made me develop a fear of sleeping. And if I did sleep, it's like I would stay awake as much as I can until I just crash. Because if I didn't, I would try to go to sleep normally. I would have nightmares, or I'd be tossing and turning. Now I know it's spiritual stuff, because they can even attack you whilst in your dream state. So there's things you can do and things you can put in place to protect your dream state, you know. I'll go a bit more into that a bit later, probably in another video. But yeah, I'd keep it short and cheerful because I know that they especially if you are being like targeted, they can do spy work and send certain frequencies through the platforms and through the apps. Does that make any sense? Yeah. There have been times where I've gone on certain platforms and certain videos, and then within a few minutes, like, I get like a pain in my eyes or like a weird headache. I'm thinking, that ain't right. Do you know what I mean? But the minute I come away from it, it settles down within a few minutes. But the longer you stay on, the more it has an effect. I'm not sure what the implication of that is. That's something I need to look into, you know? Maybe along the lines of like mind manipulation or something along those lines, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit with ya, with the. Even I know I got some karmic people that have subscribed to my channel. That's fine, because you can't affect me no more. So, and all you're doing, you're just exposing yourself. So, depending on your moves and the choices you make, you could be expecting a knock at your door or a letter for your letterbox. Yeah. So yeah, and it's raining again. So I hope everybody has a good afternoon. Ready for the new year. Anybody got any New Year's resolution? I'm writing mine down. I'm not going to speak it yet. I do that with my affirmations as well. And any plans you have, like for your future, whether it be career-wise, in any aspect, because of the state that the world is in, I suggest you keep it to yourself, you know? Because that can be used against you to hold you back, if it gets to certain ears, should I say. But yeah, for the most part, always expect the unexpected. And yeah, with that being said, I shall get on with the rest of my day. So guys, I'll see you soon with another Let's Talk About It. Now, I was about to say that salt and pepper song, I just realized like I can't be saying those kind of words on this platform. Because people can report your video for any pathetic reason. You know, there are current people, I believe, that work on the platform as well as for the platform that also target individuals. And that's been done a lot. And I've shed light on that also. Yeah, and I've made complaints, but I've not once heard anything back. Go figure, eh? So yeah. And just enjoy the rest of your week. I look forward to the new year. And stay positive. No matter what. Stay positive. That is key. That is essential. I'm so grateful. And I would be grateful as well. Always. Whether you have it or you don't, still be grateful. That also is beneficial because that energy goes out into the universe. So basically, you're kind of sending, signals to the universe, what you might need help or assistance with or guidance with, whatever the case may be, in order for you to manifest that into your reality, basically. So yeah, other than that, see ya. Tilly, till the unicorn is off. I got to go and take a rest. Do. I'm just joking. I know, I'm such a character, me. Yeah. But anyway, guys, like I said,